Got some splashback over there. Can't fix that right now. Well, it is 2026, and we're back. Got a new cup. Got a couple, actually. Over here. Not the typical type of cup that I would normally use. My son did get me a set that I'll break one of these cups out and we will use it at some point. I mean, it's cool. It's candy related. Hershey, Reese's, York. I don't know. I don't know what else is on there. Maybe that's it. But yeah, you got me one of these sets, so I will use it. Oh, it's going to be, what is that? Cookies and cream? Is that on there? Oh yeah, it is on the bottom. And then classic Hershey, and then Reese's flavored. Yeah, we might even try one of these. Why not? We might even try one of these. Let me go grab my other phone real quick. Did I get water? I did not. Okay. Camera's crooked. That's a little better. Let's zoom in a little bit. Hey, Miss Marilyn. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm going to make a quick post. Just take me probably a couple minutes here. So YouTube did another update, I noticed. They added something like a leaderboard or something. I don't know. I don't keep up enough with the live streaming community because I don't know. That's a whole different ball game to get into, like the consistent 12-hour a day live streaming type of a hustle. Like those, I don't know. That's not something I would ever think that I would ever want to do. Maybe one of these days I might get into something like that. I doubt it. Okay. Copy link. I do not have an image. So let me grab one of those real quick. Right there. There. Done. Save the photos. And we will make a really quick post. Select more photos. Yep, that's the one. Done. So it's just a live photo of what's going on right now. Paste. Live stream happening right now. Click the link above to join in the chat. Okay. Anyway, so apparently there's leaderboards and whatnot now. Picked this up at a thrift store. I don't even know where you'd find a cup like this. Got the New River. I have no idea where that's at. I should know where that's at, but I do not. Does it say? No, it doesn't. Anyway, that's the Cass Scenic Railroad right there. My dad took me on like this weird surprise trip to the Cass Scenic Railroad when I was like probably 7 or something, 6, 7, maybe 8. I doubt it, 8. But I fell asleep in the car. He was driving. Well, we were driving around locally, and woke up, and we were here. And he got a hotel room, and we went and rode that train. It seemed like it didn't last very long. I haven't went as an adult, so I don't know or remember enough to talk much about it. But this is a huge coffee cup, actually. I ran water in it to clean it out, and I was like, holy cow, this thing's holding a bunch of water. So it's larger than what I typically use, I guess. Anyway, I forgot about even having this. So I had intended on doing something vintage to start the year off with, which is kind of the way my taste is leaning. Um, I got out of beef stew, and I do believe this might be from 1986. I think it's hard for me to remember what the years were on the ones that Gabe sent me, but this came from gabeRILLA, gabeZILLA. I can't remember what his channel name is now. Let me look. Used to be gabeRILLA. Maybe it's still gabeRILLA. gabeRILLA. I've just realized didn't sound like I said what I said. Yeah, it's gabeRILLA. There's his page. Exploring New Orleans during the worst snowstorm. Drinking a chunky old beer. You guys go over there and check out a couple of Gabe's newer videos there. He's slacking on the views. Got 58 on a visiting an abandoned murder cemetery in that was when he was in New Orleans. Prison. Bell South building. I don't know, he got into the urban exploring there for oops. Sorry, I thought I had that on camera. But he got into the urban exploring while he was down there. Cool stuff. Oh, come on, scan over. What else did he do here? Oh, drinking a beer that he found on a grave. Yeah, that's Gabe for you. I gotta watch those. Okay, anyway, I'm zoomed way in there. All right, so I forgot about having this. Let me look in the what is rolling around in there? What is that? What is that? Oh no. The stupid mints opened up. This is a new First Strike ration too. Ah, dang it. Look at that. They're just open. I'll knock them back down in there. I'll try to at least somewhat crease it back over if I'm not opening it right now. There's one rolling around in there. It wasn't like that. Anyway, this is menu 5, honey barbecue chicken sandwich. And those are likely the caffeinated mints. Look, I know the gum. I've tried the mints. They don't work as well as the gum for some reason. I don't know if they just don't... The delivery system isn't as efficient. I really don't get why the gum worked so well for me, but it has worked well for me in the past. First time I used it for like a needed situation was driving back from the first MRE meetup back in 2016. Wow, almost 10 years ago now. Crazy how time has flown by. It really has. I'm 10 years older. We're all 10 years closer to the end of this particular bodysuit that we're wearing. So I don't know. I've been exploring a lot about different ideologies on what our purpose here is, or what we are, and all this other stuff. I don't know. I hear a lot about it. A lot of people thinking about it, talking about it nowadays. It seems like maybe it's just my algorithm has targeted me with stuff like that. I don't think so, because usually it's not starting off being about that, and then it ends up turning into that. Anyway, I'm rambling. I have what I think to be a 40-year-old beef stew, and it's a Southern Packaging and Storage Company, so it's a Sopaco. I mean, these things back in the day, these almost first generation. This is actually what I and most MRE community members consider to be a second generation, because after 1985 they started changing things up a little bit, and this should be at least an 86, if not even possibly an 89. I was quick about getting it out, and I did see 89 on the box, but I'm pretty sure that was the inspection date. But I could be wrong, because it seems like the ones Gabe gave me were like 83s and 86s, I think. But it's been a while, so let me go through the chat real quick. Back to the beginning. I see Miss Marilyn. It's good luck. I see you. Happy New Year. Well, thank you for the good luck, and Happy New Year, Miss Marilyn, if you're still here. Storm Tracker, what's up? You changed your name, Storm Tracker Trevor, right? Or no, Storm Track Trevor. Storm Track. All right, unless you're unless maybe that's not Storm Tracker. Metal Man, what's up? Joe Sumo 9219, what's up? Did I say what's up to Metal Man? What's up, Metal Man? Invade Canada next. Wait, he's still. Trudeau's gone, ain't he? Or is he still? Is he still lingering up there in power or whatever? I thought he was done. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure they voted him out though, or he quit. Maybe he quit. That's what it was. Seems like something like that went on, if I'm not mistaken. If there's any Canadians in the chat, they can tell us. I don't keep up on Canadian politics or anything. '91 Desert Shield is the more. By the way, what? We need to get this guy. Desert Storm MREs. They have Topps baseball cards in them, huh? No, that's not a thing. Well, oh, you mean the cards? Yeah, they got, yes, the Desert Storm baseball card. I have some of those put up somewhere in my card collection. I collected cards for decades, at least on and off, since I was a little kid. Probably started when I was, let's see, 8. Maybe, no, I probably started when I was 6 or 7, because I still have all my cards from 1988, 89. I got 89 score sets. I've got 89 top sets. I've got, see, but the thing is when I started collecting, it was the worst time ever for baseball, basketball, football. It was the worst time to be collecting cards in the history of cards. That era from, let's say the mid 80s, I would say, to even like late 80s, because some of the mid 80s stuff is even kind of decent. But everything from the late 80s up until 2000, I don't know, 4 or 5 is just mass produced crap. Now, back in the day when I was collecting, I mean, I got some decent cards for the time. Now, they're not worth hardly anything. There are some cards that have, like error cards, that have become worth all right money. It all depends on condition and stuff. I put them up, but I ended up, weirdly enough, I think I told this story recently, I told it real quick, but I had a pack of 2001 Upper Deck basketball cards, and I opened them up way early on, obviously, whenever I first got them, and I threw them into the glove compartment of my 2001 Cavalier. I think it was a 2001. Anyway, I threw them into my glove box because I got that car when it was like 3 years old off my mom, 2 or 3 years old. Anyway, they stayed in there for probably 8 years, 7 or 8 years, and I never really thought nothing of them. And then I was cleaning out the glove box, and I took those packs out, and I was looking through them. And the weirdest thing, that pack of basketball cards was all the same card. And believe it or not, they were all LeBron James rookie cards. And I put that pack up, and I have it somewhere. It was really weird. And at the time that I opened those, I wasn't following basketball at that time either, but I didn't obviously know who LeBron was at that time. So kind of a cool find and cool story that happened. I had to dig around and find those things. I need to send, they were in the glove box for 7 or 8 years. So hopefully some of them are still decent. I remember when I found them being excited that I had them and putting them up. And it seems like in my memory that they were in really good shape. But, I mean, it's been a long time since I looked at them. So it's hard to tell. I need to go through all my collections of stuff that I've collected over the years. I've collected lighters. I've collected knives. My mom just gave me my dad's knife, his personal pocket knife that he carried for, I guess, forever, most of his life. Mom seems to think that it belonged to my dad's dad. I'm not so sure about that. I think Dad might have lost the case knife that he used to carry and replaced it with this one 20 to 30 years ago. Brownie, you cannot get up there on that box. I don't know why you want to. Here. There. What I'll do. There. You got one chance at this. There it is. If you can lay on that little tiny box, go ahead. Anyway, she gave me my dad's knife, and she also bought me a case knife and gave me a case knife that my dad had bought. I don't have them right here on me, but I will show those next live stream if nobody cares to see them, I'm sure. But I don't feel right carrying this, so I'm probably going to put it up. It's hard to tell how that happened. A chunk of it's missing. And I did sharpen it up a little bit. It was mega dull. I mean, mega dull. I'm sure all Dad used it for was opening up boxes and stuff during the holidays and, slight little stuff like that. If he needed anything heavier, I'm sure he'd go get something heavier. But I don't feel right carrying it, so I don't know. What do you guys think? You think I should carry? It's the fear of losing it that I have. And I'm not even going to jinx myself, so let me knock on wood because I just had a thought that I feel like would jinx me. You know what I mean? I guess I'm superstitious. Anyway, again, I'm not so sure this was Dad's, but I do know Dad carried this for a long time, according to Mom, so I've had it in my pocket since Christmas. Hey, Dan's here. Happy New Year, bandits. I'm at work and can't stay, but much love and respect to you all. I think I read that the way you intended it. Thank you for the super chat, Dan. Dude, you don't have to do that, man. Seriously, I'll look down. I planned on looking at the chat here. Wait, who's on round the clock oxygen now? MRE kid said, Dad's still not doing well. Yeah, my dad was on round the clock oxygen. He had one of those Inogen things that he carried around with him whenever he'd try to, go somewhere or get out of the house, which he was doing good all the way up until he went into the hospital that last time. And, well, I have a theory on what happened, and I think I'm right. I think the hospital that he went to have a simple surgery, cut into his stomach and cut into stomach cancer, and it rapidly spread throughout his body, and it made for a very horrible way to go. So, never trust the first doctor. Just get another opinion. Get a third opinion, even. Doctors are not there, in my opinion, anymore. This is just my personal opinion. This is not medical advice, but they're not there to help you anymore. They, in my opinion, most of them just care about the bottom line, making money. And they don't make money off of healthy people, let's be honest. They just don't. So, the more you come and see them, the more money they make, the happier they are. feel like back in the day, like a long time ago, doctors used to have, what's the words I'm looking for? Righteous intentions, I guess, to do no harm, the Hippocratic Oath. But, I don't know. Oh, man, Kaylin, got an in-law who's in hospice, care home. Man, that's a horrible place, in my opinion. I could tell you guys what I think, but that's not what we want to talk about at the beginning of the live stream. But I don't think that those places have any. I don't know, man. I don't know how to say this. It's a hard position to be in. Someone that's terminally ill, who's at the end. What do you do? Do you try to make it rapid for them so they don't suffer? Do you try to help them and make it, what do you do? I don't know. I hope that we all never have to deal with that. Oh, he's getting care in the home. Well, see, down here, we wanted to do that as well, but they told us that they would only come in once a week for a couple hours is all they would do. And that was the hospice care. And there was no way, with Dad in the condition that he was, it would have been a horrible thing. Yeah, we couldn't have done what he needed. There's no way, or at least I don't think so. And if we had went that route and tried it, I believe he would have suffered tremendously. But we were prepped to go home the day that he ended up changing paths and going into hospice. I guess that's been 2 months ago now. Because his funeral was November, 3rd, I think. Anyway, try to get off the somber talk here. We have to pick between the two. Again, I started off with this. I just ran across this when I was cleaning off my table here. Because whenever I finish up, I stack stuff that I've got like this back onto the table. And I don't know. Dan said he's at work, so he's probably not sticking around. But thanks again for that super chat, Dan. You really didn't have to do that. Hey, Happy New Year. Who else is in here? I don't know how to say that. Stella. 1, 2, 3. It's Groot, right? Like Groot, but with a K. The first strike, I didn't realize this because I have not been keeping up on MRE news over the past, I don't know, year or so. But the CCRs, or the CCA, what are they? They're CCAR? CCAR, I think. Close combat attack ration or something. Hang on, let me see. Anyway, yeah, they're taking the place of this. I didn't realize it. And there's only 3 menus. Oh, man. Have we really been going downhill on the ration game? Canada's, again, I will say it 100 times over, Canada's MREs with their newest update with the bag, they're so much better than what we've got down here. Which our food down here is it's in a bad way. we're in a bad way when it comes to our food supply and what we're allowing companies to get away with chemical wise. I'm sure you guys most likely saw the Campbell Soup executive that kind of exposed that he wouldn't feed his family that crap. He didn't use the word crap. The fact that it's not even real chicken, it's something else. I'm going to guess it's something that, like that crap that Jeff Bezos is making out there in California. It's not real chicken. It's chicken substance that's made in a lab that comes out like meat. They use cancerous chicken cells to make it because it reproduces 10 times faster. It's awful. It's just awful stuff. So, but I really wasn't prepared for a first strike ration. I don't even know where to start with this thing. I think I'm going to stick with the classic, because, well, if it's good, the beef stew will be killer. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to listen to my gut on this one, and we will do the first strike ration next week. That will be that, and then I think probably the week after that, I'm going to use the food that Dan sent as a just a bunch of Australian food and stuff. I've got a couple boxes from him that I can pull items from. We will have a plentiful meal and snacks and drinks. I actually have one of the drinks sitting right here that he's been wanting me to try. The black currant's separated in the bottom of it. But yeah, this will be one of the drinks, the black currant fruit drink. Pure Tassie, coming from Tasmania, from Dan's hometown, or his home period. I don't know if it's called it's not really a town, I guess. Island. I know Tasmania is an island. Okay. I'll get the razor blade out here, and we will open this thing properly for anyone that wants to display. I have saved so many vintage MRE bags and packaging. I could fill up museums all across the country with the stuff that I've saved. I really have. I've saved a lot. A lot. Okay. Should be roughly about 1,300 calories in this bad boy. We will see. Well, we won't, because it's typically not labeled. And it's looking like an 86 right off the rip with that box. Let's see what's in the beef stew. First off, we got our accessory packet, the classic C-ration style accessory packet A. That's got your coffee, cream substitute, sugar, salt, chewing gum, matches, and toilet paper. Yep. Here, let's put that right there. Very nice. Next up, we got, what's this? Oh, mixed fruit with the fruit mix, and it's not hard, but it's still good. It's one of those early ones where they see how it's not vacuum sealed well, but it was sealed properly, because as you can hear, it's still very dry, which is exactly what you want to see when you find freeze-dried fruit. What an amazing find. I love the freeze-dried fruit. It's one of the best things. I wish they would have never stopped making it. I can't get that box out of there. So we got to get this one first. And that's our beef stew. All right. Date code on here is, hang on, let me see. Whoa. This is an 83. Look here. 3351. You guys can see that, right? Yeah. 3351. So 1983. So this is almost the same age as I am, but this is 43 years old. Well, it's 42. Have to be the 351st day for it to be 43. So 42-year-old MRE. What do we got here? Ooh, a cherry nut cake. Yeah. First time me and Steve ever met at the MRE meetup. Me and him, like one of the first things we done was split a cherry nut cake, and it was in great condition. Like, it was perfect. What else we got? What's this? Oh, yeah. Cocoa beverage powder. Man, this is an awesome meal. And we got the classic, should be salted, MRE crackers. Oh, yeah. This is great. And then we got, of course, we've got our MRE spoon, MCI style. And we have a perfect looking peanut butter. And I'm not going to squish it between my hands because that ruins the packaging. Makes it look awful when you do that. But everything feels like it's in impeccable condition. I must have accidentally put one of the 83s over into the 86 box, because I was in the 86 box. That sucks, because I was trying to save those older ones. I need to do a couple reviews of those that Gabe sent, because once I get this studio done, I'm getting back at it. And we're going to have some really cool stuff that I've accumulated over the past 5-6 years. Beef stew. Got to heat this up, and I'm going to pay very close attention to the time that I have this in there in the hot water, because I don't want to ruin it. I will put it in there for 3 minutes, and 3 minutes only. A little bit of delamination right here from where it was folded. You can kind of see it a little bit right there. It's right here. But I do think that's just where it was, from where it was folded. And this is only 5 ounces. This is predates the 8-ounce days of the mains. So let me move this down, because after I boil it, I won't want to do this because it'll be too hot. Move it to the other end. That way I'll be able to use the tear notches. I always forget to do this. All right, what's our timing? My timing over here says 33:09. 3 minutes, that's what I'm giving it. Here we go. Okay. Everybody in my family's been sick, so including Amber. Amber's been sick. I've been sick a little bit. We've all been sick. Mom's sick. My sister and the baby's sick. Is this what I need to do now? Yeah, wait. Let's do it. Let's contemplate saving it, but I don't need to save it. I don't need to save it. Oh, it's just lacking 1 cent in there, but it smells so good. It smells so clean. It's got such a clean smell to it, almost like a hotel, with a slight hint of mint. It really does smell so good. So good. First off, we're going to hit it with the butt ration here, and it's blue TP. So blue TP in 83. Okay. We know, I mean, yeah, it had to be. We got our cream substitute dry, non-dairy. We got our coffee instant, 2.2 grams net with ascorbic acid. Feeling perfect. We got our Chiclets style gum in the white variety. A little slight browning to them. Not bad. Not bad. Ooh, we got our sugar. Amstar. 6 grams. Plenty of sugar for a cup of coffee, actually. Makes it about perfect. We've got our iodized salt. Yep. Kiss these classic packs goodbye. They don't do them anymore. From Stickney and Pour. Chelmsford, Massachusetts. And last but definitely not least is our matches. And those are going to be, of course, by D.D. Bean and Sons. Strike on back. Black with white tip matches. Nice little accessory packet right there. Now we'll get rid of that. And keep that. And get rid of those. And get rid of that. Right there. Stick that back in the bag over here. Stick this back in the bag. All right, it's been 3 minutes. I'm going to get the beef stew. Okay, we got a nicely heated up beef stew, just about perfect on the 3-minute mark. I was maybe 20 seconds over. So, no, actually it was probably about perfect because the time I walked away, yeah, it was about perfect. All right, get this stuff onto a tray here. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. Crackers, fruit, peanut butter, nut cake, coffee, and of course the amazing, this stuff is so good. There really is no comparable replacement to this. There just isn't. It's so good. There's no ingredients list. I wish there was an ingredients list. That'd be cool. So what should I make in the clear cup? The cocoa beverage powder or the coffee? I don't know. You guys tell me. Oh, I don't. No. I have a one of those water machines in there that puts out mega hot water. And ever since I've gotten that, that's all I use for my hot water. I used to, prior to getting that, before I would start and do anything, I would boil some hot water and I would put it in this thermos right here. And that's where my hot water would come from. But we don't use our tap water here at all anymore, other than we have to freaking bathe in it, unfortunately. But it's horrible. Our tap water here is absolutely horrible. Elandil back in the day sent me some filters just in case, like, I ever had to use it for something, or, you know, crap ever hit the fan. I still got those in there in the emergency kit. But I live right next to the Ohio River, so if it ever came down to it, I would bucket water up here and try to use ground filtration somehow to filter out at one stage, and then I would take the water that would filter through the ground into the hole that I would dig, Or I would try to dig up a well. Being this close to a water source, it shouldn't be hard to find water here. So if crap ever hit the fan, that's what we would do. I used to try to store water, okay? And it didn't work out too well because it froze in the winter and busted all of the big 5-gallon jugs that I had. And I had a bunch of them. I probably had 20 at one time. And I was storing them up off concrete on wooden tables. And the cold still got them. So anyway, what was you guys saying? Coffee in the clear. Got it. Even stuff like this, I try to open it carefully. So maybe if anybody needs a good display, I'll have it. I've given away some that I'm sure are on display. Look at that. It's absolutely perfect. This is 42 years old. Oh, it smells so good. I ain't even got water on it yet, and it smells so good. Get every little bit of it out of there. Alright, I usually don't save the sugar packets, but that's probably, I'm going to try. They're so soft. I usually cut through both sides. That's not too bad. Perfect sugar. Okay, and we'll try our creamer here. Okay, I didn't cut through the other side. Good deal. Perfect creamer. Nice. Very good. Okay, cocoa beverage powder. We will use... Let's use our... Yeah, let's use our Germs cup. Germs MRE. Cut our cocoa beverage powder open. Alright, let's check this real quick. Looks perfect. Man, Gabe really scored with these back when he got them. It's been a few years ago now. Oh, that is so good. The powder is it's so good. That's better than any chocolate, like regular milk chocolate candy I've had. It's very milk chocolate. Oh, it's a perfect balance. Sweet, chocolatey. Oh, yeah. Now, let me just go get some hot water real quick, and I'll bring it in here and dump it in. Boy, this packaging is turning out really nice. Look at that. No cut marks on the front side at all. That'll face up perfectly. Can't save the peanut butter. I can save the cracker packaging. I can save the cherry nut cake packaging. Let's see if I can get that open in a decent way. These are sealed so well. There we go. It's probably glued in for no reason. Such a goofy thing they did, gluing these in these boxes for, again. Yep. What reason? I don't know. There's the glue. There it is. Cherry nut cake. 4116. What? Does that make this an... Wait a minute. Surely that date code's not... Well, guess it could be an 84. Weird. The main was definitely from 83. The very end of 83. Huh. So this is a 1984. Clearly. Maybe this was in the 86 box. Because Gabe, there were like some weird mixed menus in one of the cases, and one of the cases was sealed. Need you out, buddy? Got 20 ounces. That's a little more than what I needed, but my God, look how hot it is. See, that thing, that machine I got in there, I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see the steam. It is hot. Let's start off with the coffee. Let's see, right at 20, okay. Go. Cocoa beverage powder. You know what? Hang on. I want one more bite of that powder. Being greedy on the powder this time. It's so good. That was a nice little spoonful. It's got a little bit of salt in it. So you get that, I don't know, like tanginess from the salt. It's just a little bit, but you can taste it. Especially dry. All right, here we go. What do I got left? Okay. That's about 7 ounces right there. That powder really fills up the cup. No, I'm not going to add more to the... Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'll save this. Put it right here. Okay. Surely I got some of these open right here. There's one. Yeah, let's just use it. Coffee. Looks absolutely perfect. Must have been a little creamer stuck to the bottom. It was on the spoon. Let me look on the bottom. Oh yeah, it's all gone. Looks exactly the same on the bottom as it does the top. Now this one, on the other hand, I can still see air bubbles coming up. So, watch. Yeah. Weird how it like forms a shield of cocoa beverage powder and keeps it powdered with all that water in there. I can tell stirring it up, it's still quite thick. And I ended up putting about 7 ounces of water to this. They say to put 6. That's what they tell you on the packaging. I prefer to put 8. It doesn't change the taste that much, and you just get a little bit extra of your drink. But if you want it to be super thick, you can put 5 or 6 ounces in it, and it'll be thicker. But I think that this is about right here. Hang on, let's get the take this packaging. I'm going to put it in this box to save it from getting crinkled up. Okay, fits in there nicely. And the cherry nut cake, I will cut it open as well. If it comes out of the package clean enough, cut this side so that the other side can be displayed. All right. Oh yeah, look at that. Almost no smell to it whatsoever. It kind of smells a little bit like a corn chip, weirdly enough. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh, look how glossy. Glossing. Not as glossy on this side. Very nice. Well, that can be wiped out and saved as well. Nice little displayable packaging. All right, crackers are next. These should be the good ones. Even if it's an 84, I think they should have the salt. I don't know about saving these ones. Maybe, if I can get... Oh, I heard the air release. Why ain't that cutting? Holy. Weird. It's really weird the way it's cutting that. Usually a razor blade would just walk right through it. Huh. There we go. Those smell nice and heavy on the wheat. And the toasted aspect of these is really nice. Oh yeah, look at the salt. Look at the salt on the edges. Look at that. That is what you want to see. Yum. Making my mouth water. For real. And we'll wait to cut this open here in a minute, because as soon as you do, the moisture starts getting at it, and it's a race to eat it. There we go. And last but not least is our peanut butter. Well, not last. Still got our beef stew, which I think is going to be in fantastic condition. Gun dog, smaller the hole, the more the control. There you go. Get our beef stew. There we go. Oh, yeah. That smells good, actually. All right. Whoa. It doesn't look as good as it smells. That looks weird. Really weird, actually. All right. Well, let me get rid of this packaging. All right. Ready to dig in. Does look weird though. Like the meat's like it's falling apart. It's very strange looking. Huh. I've never seen one look like this. It doesn't smell bad. I'm just going to try it. If it's bad, it's bad. We'll see. Potatoes, a little bit of carrots. What is that green thing right there? Is that a lima bean or something? What is that? I don't know. Here we go. Down the hatch. Huh. Okay. Slightly metallic. No weird after effects yet. But the texture is exactly like what I figured. It's like gritty meatiness. I don't know. It's strange. It's I don't like it. I don't like the texture at all. It's not right. Give it a little bit of this. I don't know if I've ever had a beef stew with them beans in it before. I don't remember. Look at that. Just, there's a lot about this that seems weird. I'm going to eat a big piece of meat and a bean and a potato. All right, let's see. Okay. The Tabasco is a definite improvement. Well, that metallic flavor is still there, though. And that's not good. When you're dealing with a meat dish like this, a metallic flavor is not a good indication of a healthy dish. But so far, I'm not experiencing any of the typical side effects or the typical effects that I get when it's bad. Like, usually I'll get a numbness in my tongue and throat. So far, I don't have that. I just want one of those stupid beans. The meat itself, I mean, look at that. It's like falling apart. It's fatty on the inside. I just don't like the way it's like disintegrated. It's not as hot as I'd like either, which is kind of weird. It didn't retain heat like they typically do. It tells me that the packaging, I'm used to the more modern packaging, I guess. And they retain heat better. Because I did. Wrapped it up in a towel. Doubled, tripled over the towel. And wrapped it tight. And it cooled down way more than they usually do. But I'm eating it, so hopefully I won't have any weird or rough side effects from this. But I'll tell you, if I'm going to, this would be the one. This would be the one. Look at the grain of the meat. It looks good. It's like classic steak. See that? Looks great. It's only 5 ounces of it, so. It's not horrible. It's just not as good as I'd like for it to be. Certainly edible still. I may pay for this later, though. That's what I'm kind of thinking. It's going to go down all right. And then it's going to cause me issues. If it didn't have that metallic flavor, it would be perfect. Other than that like weird grittiness from the disintegrated meat. It's not throwing me off much, and I'm a texture eater, so it's not real bad. Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing beef stew with these kind of beans in it. What kind of beans are those? Kidney beans? Lima beans? What is that? They're green. They're not green beans, like the inside of green beans, are they? Borscht you had on Thursday could have used some more seasoning, but the beef was good. Nice texture, but plain flavor. Flavor here is good. Classic beef stew, like gravy flavor, heavy on the beef aspect. Here, I gotta try some cracker with it real quick. I'm about out of beef stew, so. Try a little on a cracker. Wow. Those crackers are so good. The texture is amazing. Soft, yet firm. Very well baked, caramelized. It's got a slight smokiness to it where they're so well baked, or so like right up to the edge of almost being too much. They it changes the flavor, obviously. The salt. is nice. Is there enough beef in here for another bite? Maybe. Barely. And that potato. Can't believe I ate all that. It's probably a bad idea. Really bad idea. Well, here we go. There we go. Told y'all I was hungry. I can't believe I ate all that. I'm dead serious when I say it was probably a bad idea. I'm probably going to pay for that one. Oh well. We shall. Oh well, you guys won't know unless you want me to tell you. Probably not, though. Alright. Alright, look at that. Broke into really nice strips. Outside edge has got the most salt. Let's give it some peanut butter here. Oh, yeah, it's kind of runny. Kind of runny peanut butter. Look at that. It's thick, but it's not as thick as I'd like for it to be, maybe. I don't know. Here we go. I wish I had jelly. That is some extremely sticky peanut butter. It's like glue. Good Lord. Yeah, that's unusually, like, sticky. I guess we could even use the word thick. Thirst-provoking. Big time. I mean, it's tasty, though. Very fresh peanut butter flavor, peanut flavor. Wish I had some jelly. I do have some hot pepper peach jam. Try some of that. With some peanut butter. Hot pepper peach jam. Just something I had laying here. Miss Miller's. That definitely helps the peanut butter out. It's so sticky. It's kind of hard to eat. If I'm being honest, the jam made it 10 times better, though. I don't pick up any spiciness from that jam either. Huh. I'm gonna wash it down with some coffee. Whoo, that's hot. Whoo. Funny enough, that kind of tastes old. It's kind of got that old packaging flavor. Oh, but it's still so good. It's just such a familiar flavor to me. It kind of, that Old coffee has a very distinct flavor. The ascorbic acid certainly adds something to it. And then, I don't know, it must just be the old packaging that kind of bleeds off in it. No microplastics coming from the packaging or anything like that. That's a nice thought. Now the cocoa beverage powder, that's another story. The inside of that, I think, is lined in plastic. So I'll wait. I'll wait on the cocoa beverage powder. Let's take a look at the cherry nut cake. Should I break the top off? It's kind of already, yeah. Ooh. What is that? Is that? I wonder if that's a cherry. It is. It is. Oh, yeah. Very nice. Cool. Well, we got some super black nuts in there, obviously. They, well, you know what? That might be a cherry. Huh. Let me see. Nope, that's a nut. Nope. It's hard to tell. I can't tell what that is. Pretty sure that's a nut right there. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Just going to take a bite off this end with the cherry. See if it's any good. I hope that it is. Alright, here we go. Oh, I bit half of it off there. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Alright, I'm picking up on the cherry flavor. So far, no negative side effects, no numb tongue or anything like that yet. A little bit of a greasy residue in my mouth, but it's not bad. I've had way worse. I'm going to think that might be edible. That might be edible. I wouldn't call it perfect, but edible, I'm thinking maybe. The cake itself is pretty bland. The pieces of cherry in it's what's gives it somewhat of a cherry flavor. The nuts are the big downside here. They're certainly not helping things out here. They're what's causing me the little bit of numb tongue there, and a cat hair on the cake. Awesome. I'm getting a little bit of that like stinging sensation on the back of my tongue, but it's nothing too intense. Pretty subtle. Yeah. The texture of the nuts is not bad. They're a little bit, kind of like a raw texture. They've kind of got a sponginess to them. A little bit. I certainly don't like the color of them. But overall, this is edible. This is an edible cherry nut cake. It's not the best one I've ever had, but it's certainly fully edible. even to the layman, I feel like they might not like it, but if you're understanding of what it is, that it's 42 years old, and you know, they were never that good to begin with. They were always kind of crap, even when they were fresh. Then maybe even the layman would enjoy it. It's got a little bit of that old flavor to it. Again, it's nothing major, though. Wash it down with some of this 42-year-old cocoa beverage powder. Oh, that is like heaven. That is so good. Went down the roller hole. Oh, cold winter's night like this. A super hot cocoa beverage powder like this. Oh. Oh, it's so tasty. The chocolate, subtle on this one, but it's also nice and rich and chocolatey. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. That's about the perfect cup for me. Easy to drink. I've let it cool down enough to where it's still hot, but it's not so hot that it's burning me. The coffee was hot enough it almost burnt me for some reason. I'm curious if this is hotter than the... It is. This cup is keeping... because I put less water in this than I did this, so this should have stayed warmer. Although that powder might have cooled the water down where there was so much powder, so that's probably what it is. Both still nice and warm, though. All right. Let's see if I can preserve the last bit of packaging. This. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Perfect. Mixed fruit. Fruit cocktail. I mean, it's just falling apart. Yeah. There it is. Super lightweight. Very well freeze-dried. And, obviously, decently packaged. Well, the package was sealed properly. That tastes like fresh fruit. I mean, it does. Let you get it moist in your mouth. It's got a nice pineapple. Plus the syrup from like the mixed fruit is what's binding it all together. So it's nice and sweet. I see a cherry there. The one cherry in the mixed fruit, probably. All right, I got to try something. Let's get some pieces of this out. Put some peanut butter on here. Some peanut butter and freeze-dried fruit on a cracker. I don't think I've ever tried this like this, so it could be good. Let's find out. Mm-mm. I mean, it did add, yeah, you know what? The aftertaste is really good. Chewing it up, I wasn't impressed. But like that finish, I don't know, that's a really unique flavor that these make together. The crackers themselves are pretty predominant flavor-wise. The freeze-dried fruit adds something to it on the back end, it seems like. And texture-wise, the freeze-dried fruit got chewy, which is kind of weird, but Hmm. Man, what does that remind me of? Oh, I'm trying to think. Oh, man, that reminds me of something that I've eaten before. Very similar to what I was, that flavor, the texture, the finish, everything. Like, I was thinking about it. I've tasted that in something that I've eaten from the regular grocery store before. What was it? Huh. Dry, crunchy, and fruity with some like peanut flavor. I'll have to think about that one. Dang it. Ah, oh, it's right on the edge of my memory. Well, that coffee's good. Following that up, coffee's pretty good with this cherry nut cake too, I gotta say. These two, 42-year-old snacking. Oh, you're back? Finished work. How's everybody going? How's everybody going? Happy New Year. Well, it's good to see you back, Dan. Dan the man in Australia. Hey, there's Bob. You saved your sugar and creamer for that. For what? Sugar and creamer for that. Oh, you're talking about the fruit, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to take a bite of this, and I'm going to take a sip of that, and I'm going to, like, help it. Yeah. I'm going to bite of that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. All right, I got to try this again. I got to try to, like, stoke that memory. Because it is bugging me. Plus, I think I can replicate this with something that I can buy at the store. And I'm actually kind of liking this. Yeah. Dang it. What is that? Something I eat with peanut butter and crackers. I think I was putting like cranberries on peanut butter and crackers there a while back. Maybe that's what it is. Man. That has to be what it is. It's bugging the crap out of me now. It's been a long time since I've done that. But I was on a kick there for a while where I was eating crackers with peanut butter and putting like cranberries on it. Oh, what is that? It's like a piece of freeze-dried fruit paper. I gotta eat that on its own. Huh. Ooh. I don't know. Pineapple? Tastes like pineapple. That has to be what I'm thinking of. That this tastes like. It tastes very familiar. I don't know if that's it because the texture's different. Huh. Well, if I think of it, I'll tell you guys next time. I'm going to keep trying to think about it. The freeze-dried fruit itself is, there's not enough of it. It just kind of tastes like, you know, like that mixed fruit at the store. You can't taste the difference between the grapes, the pineapples, the peaches, just slight texture differences. That's it. They all taste exactly the same because they're sitting in that super sugary corn syrup crap. It's pretty much what that is. But man, with the peanut butter, it's driving me crazy. Can't think of what it is. Huh. Washing it down with the cocoa beverage powder. Fruit Loops or Fruit Snacks? It ain't neither one of them. Dang it. It really is going to bother me. The coffee and the cocoa beverage powder is so good. Finished the beef stew, more or less. I'm not scraping that out of there. I've been losing my voice. I'm sorry, guys. I keep clearing my throat. I can't help it. I will try to do better. All right, hang on. Let me find a era-appropriate smoke here. Actually, you know what? Miss Marilyn was here earlier. She sent me this pack, or this can. It's been a long time since I've indulged in one of these. And I have 5 left. I believe these are 89. Here, let me get this lit and then I'll look at the paperwork. been a long time since I had one of these. I have one can of unopened cigarettes up there. Actually, I have two. I seen a can on eBay yesterday, an accessory packet can that would have a full pack of smokes in it, but the can was rusted through. They didn't mention it in the description. They barely showed it in one picture, but I zoomed in on it. I'm 90% sure it's rusted through. And they want $300 some for it. If it wasn't rusted, I'd have paid $300 for it. Wow. Matching. Like, got me a good hit of that sulfur. It's been a minute. Kind of harsh, not gonna lie. It's like it's dried out some from what I remember. Pretty strong, and that's on the first hit, so usually they get stronger from there. This is the first hat that I've ever had. It doesn't have a top thing. The thing on top of all my hats. I've been wearing hats since I was like old enough to wear a hat. And there's no pin thing or whatever you'd call it on top of this one. It's kind of weird to not have it. But it's nice. Because I don't know how many times I've had my hat on, put my head back against the wall or something, and that thing hurt. So, kind of cool. Kind of cool. Got a new t-shirt. It says Grumpy Old Patriot. Yeah, those buttons, they do hurt. Button. Yeah, I guess it'd be called a button. Tab thing. Top hat thing. It's what they crimp the whole, because hats are put together in pieces. Usually 5 pieces. So 1, 2, or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 5 is right, I think. Anyway. And then they put that piece on the top to hold them all together. But, yeah. This one doesn't have it. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Alright. Let's see. To order your lighter. So they were offering that lighter, which is a trench art type lighter. That is like a World War II style trench art lighter. That's what they claim them to be. I don't know what they were making them out of to look like that in World War II to make trench art lighters out of. I don't know. But I've seen them sold as that, and I'd say they were probably just that right there. If I was to bet. So this is interesting. This offer was restricted to smokers 21 years of age or older. Couldn't be 18. It used to be 18, smoking age. Any date on this paper? Oh. These are newer than I thought. These are 26 years old. Here, I'll show you. That, unless this paper... No, it had to be this, because it says tap your keg. With a tap lighter. Oh, that's supposed to be a beer tap. Oh, duh. That's a beer tap. Oh, yeah. Now it makes sense. Anyway, right there. Wait. Yeah. Patented in the USA, and then it says 2000 RJ Reynolds trade TC, whatever TC stands for. Yeah, tap your keg with your tap lighter. They wanted $5 for it, plus 10 C notes, which are these bad boys right here. Used to come in your Camels. Camel Cash C notes. So they wanted $5 for shipping, I'm sure, and then 10 of these. I'd say you could probably buy one of these lighters right now on eBay for $10. I'd say. I'm guessing. This thing's smoking really nice. It's really smooth now. No, like, odd tastes or anything. It's strong. It's full flavored Camel that's 26 years old, 25 years old. A full 25, I'd say. Pretty nice. These were really good. See, Miss Marilyn cracked the seal on this one. I had a can that I cracked the seal on years ago. I smoked all them. I got another one of those kegs somewhere. I don't know where it's at. I thought it was up there, but it isn't. I have a classic Camel can that I also opened. That is right there. I don't know if I can zoom in up there or not. No, I can't. But it right there. Can of Camels. That was a 50 count can. And it didn't have the weird divider that this one does. I thought when I first saw these that it was like some sort of humidor type setup in the can. But it's just a separator. And this was a 50 count can as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. 50 count can, and then one of the openings was the paperwork. See, I don't know if it'll even come out of there. I've never tried to take it out of there. No. Oh yeah. The bottom of it. Good way to store smokes, really. Some loose tobacco down in there. Pretty cool. I guess they made that so that the cigarettes would fit in the can properly, because you could put 100s in here if you take that thing out. I think I did that upside down. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I can't remember if I smoked all my can like this or not. I don't know what happened to it. I must have put it up. Huh. Boy, I can't wait to get moving into that studio. I'll be going through all my rations and years, a decade, no, over a decade of just solid collecting. And I've picked up some stuff in the past 4 or 5 years. It's pretty cool. I know I opened one. See, Miss Marilyn sent me hers because she wasn't going to smoke them, she said. And she had tried them. So she opened it, and this was a 40 count can. I had a 50 count can. See? 40 count. The can I had was a 50 count. So, yeah. And so was that can up there. That can up there, if I remember right, they're just all, I know I saved at least one in that can. I always save at least one. Whatever vintage pack it is, Doesn't matter what it is, I always save at least one. That way, if somebody's ever really, really curious, I can share it with them or give it to them. Steve sent me some packs back in the day. Before my pilot died, I got to share a couple Camels and I think Chesterfields with him that Steve sent. He was amazed by that. That pack is up there somewhere. Actually, those 2 packs. He sent me the Camels for my birthday one year. I remember. I'm curious. I want to look inside this can now. Early MRE. Oh man, that thing's been seeping onto my M&Ms. Dang it. I'll have to clean them. It's just candy. It'll come right off, but wait, this can right here. If that's M&M packaging stuck to it or what. It's a little dirty, a little worse for wear. Really cool can. Really cool can. Oh yeah, look, see, that's what I thought. And like I said, one's still in there. This little thing was in the middle, so you could pull up on it and get the first smoke out. First couple, really. And then the 2 little top pieces. Still smells good. I need to keep my eyes open. You can't find anything like this on eBay anymore. eBay's so overly strict about vintage tobacco. It's not even funny. Oh, got this Canadian golden goose, I guess you'd call it. Candy coin somebody sent me. Probably Smitty. Or maybe CT. Can't remember who sent it to me. Super cool though. Oh, get up there. I got this old Buttercup Sweet Scotch Snuff. Unopened. This is early stuff. I think when I looked into this to begin with, I think it's from the 40s. Might be from the 30s. GOW Helm Company. Factory number 4, 5th District of New Jersey. Manufacturer of this tobacco has complied with all requirements of law. Every person is cautioned under the penalties of law not to use this package for tobacco again. Oh, metal lid on top. I think it's a cardboard, like, can. Little bottom. This might be from the 30s. It might even be older than that. This could very well be 20s or before. It's really quite aged. And then, what else we got here? We got a can of butternut coffee with a 10-cent coupon. Inside the can is a 10-cent coupon for next purchase of any size. And look who made it. Made by the Coca-Cola Company. That's right. There we go. This 6-cup size of butternut roast and blend coffee guarantees you the ultimate in rich, robust coffee flavor. Use 6 6-ounce serving cups of water per 10 of this small size of butternut. This one grind all-purpose, works with any brewing method as follows. Percolator, depending on the brew strength you desire. Perk for at least 6 minutes, but no more than 8 minutes. Drip method brew time should be between 4 and 6 minutes. Pot should be set on low heat while brewing. Vacuum method. Hold the coffee in the upper bowl for 3 minutes over a low flame, then stir and turn off. Huh. Butternut is a registered trademark for products of the Coca-Cola Company Foods Division, Houston, Texas. 1.55 ounces coffee. You think this will still be good? What do you guys think? Do you think this coffee's still drinkable? You got one of those cans of Camels or the cans of this? The Buttercup. This is Buttercup. Sweet Scotch Snuff. So weird. It's a weird one. And then I got a jar of moonshine sitting up here. That's the apple pie variety. I can't remember. I think somebody sent me like 4 or 5 different types of this. Huh. What's the proof? 20 proof. Hey, Minnie. Hey, honey. I don't remember putting this up there. That looks to be an old Canadian. Individual 1-cup serving of instant coffee, packaged by Mother Parker's Foods Limited. And it's from 95. Huh. 191st day of 1995. That date code on there. It's backwards for you guys. I'm sorry about that. I don't know how to fix that. I know there's a way you can do it. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Mississauga? Is that how it's pronounced? It's like Mississippi, but Mississauga, Ontario. Mississauga. Mississauga? Huh. Then you got your French on the other side. 2.4 grams net. Freeze-dried coffee, it feels like. Pretty chunky. I don't need to, but I could drink one of these. Or an old beer or something. I could go for something like that right now. What do I got here? Ooh, that is a great example of some Wilbur Chocolate Company chocolate candy chocolate bar with toffee, enriched sweet, type 7 style 1. It's probably out of a Ration cold weather. Maybe not. I can't remember where I got this, but this is a really nice example. It's in no blooming as far as like bulging bloom. A lot of times when you get these bars, they'll be melted, they'll be bloomed and swelled. Not this one. This is probably from the 80s. Is there a date code on here? No, I can't get that lucky. But this packaging is just wax paper, and it's really fragile. Like, see where I started to try to peel that up on the back? Hang on. And it started to rip right there where I was trying to look for a date code. So it's ripped on both sides. Look. There and over there where I was just trying to flip that up. So for this thing to be in this kind of shape, it's unusual. And you can like feel the original texture and lines are still on it. Got the toffee in there. Sugar and toffee are the first two ingredients. Contains sugar, margarine, corn syrup, brown sugar, almonds, butter, artificial flavor, salt, and lectin. Non-fat dry milk, vegetable fat. Other than cocoa butter is chocolate liqueur, sorbitan, monostrate, polysorbate, 60, salt, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, vanillin, artificial flavoring. I guess that's what they called artificial vanilla flavor, vanillin. VANILLIN, vanillin. Vitamin A, BHA, and thiamine, hydrochloride, vitamin B1. 1 ounce, made by Wilbur. I just seen some Wilbur chocolate the other day. Stupid little bunny rabbit that they use as their product mascot now. I don't know what this is from. I don't remember. Some Nescafe Cappuccino, 2007. That's what. Still feels perfect. And then we got us a Starbucks in 2010. It was rough when I got it. Colombian medium coffee. Anyway, I guess it's Colombian. It's a different color X on the Colombian part. But that's some early Starbucks. You guys think back to what Starbucks was like in 2010. 16 years ago, Starbucks really wasn't all that. Like, it really wasn't all that popular. It was beginning its, I guess, climb in popularity. I don't know how we haven't ended Starbucks yet. Same with Walmart. We need to end Walmart. We need to end Target. We need to end Starbucks. We need to end Amazon. We need to end all that crap. Pack of smokes that delicious scent. I want to say that he said that these were World War II era. I think. I have to go back in the paperwork, find out. Got an old Parliament pack here. It's just stuff I got setting up on top of the shelves. These are These are 1944. Okay, so these are from 1944. And there is a couple in there. Benson and Hedges, the old Parliaments. Parliament used to be a big brand back in the day. A lot of Parliament smokers early, and probably in the 40s, a lot of them. This thing's, the plastic on this is in pretty rough shape. The guy I got these off of definitely screwed me. It was supposed to be sealed. It was not. It's missing all but a couple. Got my kangaroo ball sack right here. Oh, there we go. Australian-made genuine kangaroo scrotum. That is cool. I need to put all the Australia pins in here that Dan has sent me. That'd be a good place to put them. That's a nice piece of leather. It really is. I'm going to touch it. I've had it out before. It smells like leather. It's really soft, like lamb or goat is what it reminds me of. Look at the texture on that. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. I'm sure Dan ain't still here. He'd be commenting. That's cool. It's a good conversation starter, I must say. I had to put a piece of tape on it to keep that. You saw those for sale in Australia? Pretty cool. I mean, hopefully they just passed of natural causes and then they use, or they get fixed or something, and that's how that happened. Oh, no, I had a problem getting it to stay up here before. Seems like Fireman Food was the one that sent me this. Somebody. Might have been Bob. Might have been, yeah, I think it was Bob, actually. 5-alarm, super cool bottle opener. Shaped like an axe. A piece of aluminum. MSA. 5-alarm. It's a cool one. The Australia patch over here on standby. I got a hat to put patches on like this. Shocker actually gave it to me years ago. I don't know if he sent it to me or if he gave it to me in person. We've met up a few times. I told him as soon as I get this studio done, he can come up here and stay. And I think Shocker will do it. I think Shocker will come up and stay. Him and his wife. We've met up with him and his wife a couple times. I can't remember where. Oh, we were going to see Bob. That's what it was. I got this stupid cup out and forgot to use it. Don't matter. It's just a cheap junk cup. I think I'd give $1 for it or something. 50 cents maybe. Oh yeah. Chocolate chip cereal bar left over from last week, or last stream. Came from Scott. It's go good with a drink of this vintage coffee here. That coffee makes that taste 10 times better. It's not bad. It's not the greatest thing. I just don't like how soft the chocolate is. The chocolate's weird in them. It's like it's tempered wrong or something. I got one more bite of the nut cake. Little waxy coating in my mouth. Again, that had cleared out, so now it's back. But it's real subtle. This is actually a pretty good nut cake. The nuts are flavorless, kind of chewy, but it's got a good flavor. Like overall, this cherry nut cake has got a decent flavor to it. Pretty good. "42-year-old nut cake." Not bad. So the other day, which was the last day that I really went and done anything. It's been a few days because we've been sick, and it's just been a do nothing. Anyway, went to work on my truck, came home, and it went from the day before being 72 to that evening, it was down to like, I want to say like 10 or 5 degrees. Huge shift in temperature, right? So somehow I hadn't felt this, but my glands in my neck or cheeks or whatever under my jawline right here, and I know for a fact they weren't like this the night before, but the glands in my neck had swollen extremely bad. For me to notice that by touch, I touched it, and I was like, oh crap. And then I'm kind of like, oh, it's kind of sore. And then I started kind of having other issues like sore throat and stuff. But I've never had my neck glands swell like that before, and I don't know what could have caused that. And it's been bugging me. I haven't looked into it because maybe it's like I don't want to know. I think it's kind of, I don't know. But it was weird. And it'd be like if I'd taken 2 packs of these full, when they were full, and put them under my skin. Like, my neck was, it was crazy to feel it. And again, I know it wasn't like that the night before, because I'm in a habit of every time I shower, I massage my, like, what is it, your glands or whatever, under my arms and stuff. And I don't know what could have caused that. When you get that, you need to gargle and drink. Gargle and drink hot water with apple vinegar. I'll tell you the first thing I done. I don't know that I started drinking a bunch of aloe. I've got these aloe drinks with chunks of aloe and just straight, not flavored, just aloe. And I drank a bunch of that. I don't know if it, and water. I drank a bunch of water because I felt like maybe something was backing up in my system. I don't know. I don't know what that was, but it was weird. And again, I've never had that happen before. I've had them swell like when I was younger, but I can't even remember the last time I had an issue with these things in my neck swelling, the glands in my neck swelling. I guess they're glands. I'm going to say early 20s, or maybe even in my teen years is the last time I remember them doing that. But this was extreme. It was extreme. Both of them were. Again, I don't know if I got something laying around that I could compare it to. It'd be like almost like that much added thickness underneath my, and I didn't see it because my beard hides crap like that really well. And then I was like trying to pull it up and see if I could see my jawline's like right there. My glands had it way down here, like my neck was, it was crazy. I did actually, weirdly enough, Greg, I had these chewable apple cider vinegar things, and I had just started eating those. I've never taken any type of vinegar or apple cider vinegar or anything like that, but I had just started eating those. Also, lift your head when you're gargling it. Burning hot, but as hot as you can take. It'll pass in 2 days. And it'll pass. See, what I usually do is massage my my glands there, under my arms, right there, right here, in your forearms. You got to use percussion to get the that fluid moving through your I guess your glandular system or whatever it is, and then the backs of my legs, and right here at the tops of my legs, right here. So every time I'm in the shower, I'll go through that routine, and then you gotta get the fluid moving throughout your body. I seen a doctor talking about how much that helps years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. So I'm going to say it probably does help. It seems logical that it would help. That's why I do it. But maybe not. Maybe I'm just doing it for no reason. I believe it helps, so the fact that I believe it helps probably helps more than actually doing it. So who knows? I think we can affect our realities more just based on our thoughts and our belief and our brain than we probably can anything else. Our brains are capable of some amazing feats. You just gotta use it. That's good stuff. Real good stuff. I wish I had a stockpile of 20 of these. I mean, I guess I do, but I'd have to open full rations to get them out, and I ain't doing that unless I'd be desperate. I might open one to get one out. Maybe. I'd have to really be craving it to do that. But maybe I'd do it. And I forgot about having this. I bought this strictly to do a live stream with. What menu is this? Scalloped potatoes with pork. Bars and slices. This is the original Ration Cold Weather. First year for the Ration Cold Weather. The one that everybody wants. These things were going for, I don't know. I've seen them go for as high as $250, $300 back in the day. I can't remember how much I paid for this one. It was at least $100, but I bought it specifically to do a live stream with. And it's wintertime, so this thing is it needs to get opened up in the next, I don't know, 3 or 4 live streams. Next live stream, I do believe we're doing the this first strike ration. This will be next. And then the stuff that Dan sent, I do believe I'm going to gather a grouping of food that Dan has sent along. I've got a thing of food hanging right here that I keep on display that Dan sent me. I'll see if I can. I don't know how easy it's going to be to get off of here. Yep, I got it. This one. I just feel like this is going to be a really solid meal. Hearty combo of smoky beef, tomatoes, eggs, and a hash brown potato mix. So, smoky beef, tomato, egg, and a hash brown potato mix. Backcountry. They did like a civilian freeze-dried meal setup thing. Doesn't feel like there's very much in here. Like, say what it weighs. He sent me some other stuff. He sent me some other stuff that will probably best before May 31st of 2021. I've had this hanging here for a long time. Dan sent me this years ago. It says to add 250 milliliters. What is the weight of this product is what I wanted to know. Huh. It says how many calories. Average quantity per serving, 465 kcals. Average quantity per 100 grams is 136 kcals. So this should have about 465 calories in it, according to this. But it does not have a weight. So they must not weigh out yet. It must just like eyeball how much they put in each packaging, or it would have a weight on it. Hump Ridge Track, Landsar, New Zealand. The supporters of Bibbleman Track, Landsar, New Zealand, and something Humpridge Ridge Track. I'm shocked that this doesn't have a weight on it anywhere. One serving. Okay, it's saying 340 grams. 340 grams. I don't even know what that translates to in ounces. Yeah, because it's different. Huh. It says to add 250 milliliters of boiling water. Stir. Let stand for at least 10 minutes. Huh. Fast, nutritious food for adventurers. Anyways, this company's out of New Zealand. Backcountry cuisine. They're still around, or they were. I seen they had a bunch of stuff for sale. But yeah, I've got some food that Dan has sent that I need to, well, I don't need to, I want to do a live stream with. What is it? $11.99. Nice. 28 grams in an ounce. Okay, 28 in an ounce, and that was $3.20. So 10 ounces would be 280. 283, about 11, 12 ounces then, roughly, is what's in there then. That's probably about right weight-wise, way it feels. Or maybe that's wet. Maybe that's after you add the water, because, yeah. Right now, that isn't as heavy as an 8-ounce main, I don't think. Maybe. I mean, I don't see it being almost 12 ounces, though. I don't think so. It could be. It could be that I'm just... my hand is not working as a proper scale right now. But that could also be that it's with added water. So, I don't know. All right, well, what in the world? I must have just saved that packaging or something, because it feels like there's almost nothing in it. I don't even know what that came from. It's a Dare chocolate, though. Dare. Chocolate mint. I don't remember what this came from. It's a weird one. But it's definitely like melted out. Melted out right here. Alright. Well, I'm going to clean up my mess. I'm going to finish that freeze-dried fruit, obviously. The crackers and peanut butter. I might mix a little more freeze-dried fruit, trying to like stoke that memory of what that tastes like, because dang it. It's still bugging me. But to be able to like try it, a piece with the fruit, it really stokes that memory of like, I have eaten something very similar to that. And I ate it on a regular basis there for a while. What could that have been? Anyway, I'm going to mess with that some more. Finish the nut cake. Ain't none of that going to waste. I did really well about saving the packaging too, so. Alright. Well, I do plan to be here next Saturday. And if you guys can make it, I will see you all then. Thank you, Dan, for that super chat. You really didn't have to do that. Thanks to everybody who's came into the chat. I really appreciate you guys for hanging out. And, yeah, this was an awesome meal. It really was. For being 42 years old, I ate basically everything. So, oh, yeah, sorry, man. It was a good one, though. This was a good meal. And I didn't really dilly-dally with it. So you can kind of watch through the meal. If you just go back to the beginning of the meal, you should be able to kind of watch through it pretty quick. It was a good one. It was a good one, I must say. Mostly busy eating. Well, that's the problem I have, too, when I'm doing the live stream. It's like I'm eating and I'm opening this stuff. It's like I can't focus on the chat as much as I'd like to. And then if I do live streams where I just focus on the chat more, nobody wants to see that, or they don't want to see that nowhere near as much as they want to see me open some cool stuff like this up. I really enjoyed this one. This is a cool one. 1983-84 mix of products there. The beef stew had 83 on it for sure. And then we had something else that seemed like, what was it? What had 84 on it? Cherry nut cake? Cherry nut cake. It's got like a weird faint stamp. Can you guys see that right there? Like it's not legible to me. If we get the light just right. It's invisible almost to my eye, but the camera, see? I can't see that with my eyes. But the camera, with the way it like picks up light. Huh. It seemed like this had like a early 84 date code on it or something. So, oh yeah, this is where we saw it. Right there. 4116. So 116th day of 84, maybe. Not even sure that they were putting dates on nut cakes in 84. That might just be some sort of weird like lot code or something or some other numerical identifying markers. Who knows? Regardless, I shouldn't even have had 84s. Should only had 83s and 86s, I thought. So that's kind of weird. Like I said, it could have been one that got replaced in that case by the guy that Gabe got those off of. But huge thanks to Gabe for hooking me up with these a long time ago. He gave these to me in person years ago. Now it's been a couple years at least. So, Or maybe it hasn't been. Maybe it's only been about a year. Probably. That sounds probably more like it. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate you guys for hanging out in the chat. Thank you guys for sending the super chat, Dan. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week, and we'll do the likely the first strike ration, and then we'll do Dan stuff the next week, and then probably do the infamous or famous Rafco freeze-dried ration cold weather. It's got apple cinnamon oatmeal in it. Not my favorite. The nut and raisin mix, I prefer to just leave it sealed as a nice white example of the nut and raisin mix, because it's likely not going to be that good. So we got cocoa beverage powder, 1989, good stuff, good stuff. Apple cider, good stuff. Fruit soup, strawberry flavor. And then we got some instant soup with reduced sodium, chicken noodle. Reduced sodium right on there. Huh. Over here, what do we got? We got our scalloped potatoes with pork. Bars / slices. This is ration number 3. Brownies, chocolate covered. Such a waste. Such a stupid product to begin with. Those things were never good. They just never were. The guys I know that's had them said they were never good. They're not, definitely not good now. This has the mixed granola bars. It's got granola and oatmeal cookie bars. The compacted type like this. The pressed into a rectangle. And then we got fig bars. Oh yeah, I got a fig bar in there that I got last live stream. Oh yeah, I meant to eat that tonight. Chocolate bar with toffee. Probably what that is. Probably come out of one of these. Probably come out of, in particular, a Rafco. Beverage base is orange tea, instant sweetened lemon flavored. Rafco Freeze Dried Incorporated, MRE division. I still want to make t-shirts that look like this. I want to make black t-shirts with white text. That right there. Kind of a reverse print. I'll make the white shirts with the black print too, but I want to make these. Probably do the chicken and rice. Seems how it's my favorite. All right. Now, I'm going to sign off this sucker. I'll see you guys. If you don't care before you take off, hit that thumbs up or down. Either way, no pressure either way. Just hit one of them. And, yeah, I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Later.